Hi guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a really simple brownie recipe that comes out delicious every single time, and then how we can jazz it up a little bit and make some special tasting brownies. So I've got my 9x13 pan greased, and then I put some foil on the inside. This is going to be handles to help us lift it out later, and then I also greased the foil. That's just going to make sure they come out really clean out of the pan. I've got my oven at 350. I've got my eggs, granulated sugar, and a little vanilla extract in a bowl. I've got some unsweetened baking chocolate as well as some butter that I melted over a bain-marie. And then I've got some just all-purpose flour, salt, and some baking powder in a little sifted right here in this bowl. And then to jazz this up a little bit, I'm gonna add some chocolate chips and some macadamia nuts because I just think that sounds yummy. And I'll show you guys how to do a really lovely glaze later. You can add espresso, you can add liquor, you know, really mix it up and make it your own. I use about a half cup of each of these guys in here. So just as to give you like a proportion when you're trying to add things. You can add fruit, really anything you want. I want you to think like a chef and get more creative and not worry so much about looking up a different recipe every time. We're gonna make bangin' brownies and then we're gonna add delicious things to them and it's gonna be so easy. So I'm just gonna use the same whisk I used to whisk my chocolate because it's all gonna be one anyway. So I'm just gonna whisk up these eggs and sugar. You don't wanna add the eggs to your sugar too soon because they will start to kind of clump and lump up and be weird. I'm just emulsifying that together, really easy peasy. And next I'm gonna add my next liquid, which is gonna be my chocolate. I want to really make sure I get all of that in there. We want all of that delicious, delicious flavor. Best way to warm up your chocolate is always over some water on a bain-marie. Just make sure that it heats really evenly in that water. Oh, this already smells so good. Oh my gosh. All right, gonna get in my flour. This is a really simple mixing method, really easy peasy, but it makes a really delicious brownie every single time. I do have a recommendation if you are gluten-free and you're using some gluten-free flour blends instead of just the regular flour. Bob's Red Mill makes a great one. If you're gonna do that, let your brownies sit on the counter. You would never do this with gluten-based stuff because gluten would form. But when you're gluten-free, you're not worried about gluten. So let them sit on the counter for about 30 minutes actually before you pop them in the oven. And I'm telling you, it allows those starches to hydrate and it's just so much better. So feel free to go ahead and use a 1-to-1 ratio on that guy. And yummy, my little add-ons. All right, I'm gonna pour this into the pan. And then it's just gonna get in that 350 oven. It should bake in about 20 minutes. You're gonna wanna insert a tester in there to make sure it comes out clean. I'll show you what that looks like. Oh, yummy. Yum, 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 yum. Gosh, I wish I could show you guys how good this smells right now. You don't have to do this with your hand. I'm a chef, so I'm used to it. But you can spread that around in the pan with a spatula if you like. I just don't want to do more dishes myself. All right, this guy is ready to go in the oven. I'm gonna rinse my hand off real quick and pop it right in there. Oh, guys. Yum. All right guys, so our brownies are nice and cool out of the pan. I used those aluminum foil sides to help me get it out of the pan super easy. They're looking delicious. And I just wanted to show you a technique for how to kind of jazz these up a little bit. So we already put some extra stuff inside. We're gonna make a quick ganache to glaze the top of these. They're gonna look amazing. So what I did is I just put half a cup of heavy cream in a saucepan. We're gonna bring this to what is known as a scald, and that's when just the very edges are starting to bubble because we do not wanna burn our cream. And I've got about 6 ounces of bittersweet chocolate in here. And when this cream is warm, I'm gonna put it right in this chocolate, melt it up and get it nice and delicious. And then we're gonna throw a little tablespoon of Maker's Mark in here because we're really trying to jazz these up and have fun. Feel free to use any kind of liquor that you want if you're into that. I really love Frangelico. That's one of my favorite things. You could do Cointreau. You could do all sorts of different stuff in here. Really, it's up to your taste. Think like a chef, flavor later. Get a good basic recipe and then add your special touch to it. And that's what's really exciting about it. So I'm heating my cream. I like to go really gently and I usually stir it the whole time just so nothing burns on the bottom. We don't want burned cream. And this gas range is heating this really evenly and really nicely, which is what we need. I can tell it's getting close because I can feel the heat start to come off of that cream. Okay, so our cream is nice and warm. I'm gonna throw that on top of this chocolate. And honestly, pro tip for ganache, it's a very simple thing to make with cream and chocolate, but a lot of times it'll take a little bit for that chocolate to melt. If you want to just let it sit for a minute and then start whisking, it'll be a lot easier. We're really just trying to emulsify that chocolate and that cream together. It'll come together really nicely. Oh, yummy. Ganache is a really, really great tool to have in your arsenal. It goes great on everything. You can actually ice cakes with ganache. You can top eclairs with ganache. You can do all sorts of stuff with ganache. It's a very simple, usually equal parts. It just depends how thick you want it to be. We want ours to be a little thicker, so we added more chocolate than we did cream. No big deal. Oh, yummy. And this will cool down really fast, too. If you need to rewarm your ganache, you can just put it over a bain-marie and whisk it until it's nice and perfect. All right, and then we're gonna get this perfect, and then we're gonna drizzle it over our brownies. Okay, guys, so now our ganache is looking beautiful and emulsified. Look at just how gorgeous and shiny that is. Oh, delicious. So now I'm gonna throw in my liquor. Like I said, feel free to use anything that strikes your fancy. Want to do like a cherry liqueur, that would be delicious. I used only about a tablespoon because I really don't want to mess up my formula a little too much. Oh, it smells so good. Oh my gosh. So just to be a little extra fancy, I'm going to actually throw this in a piping bag and then pipe it on top of the brownies just to get it like perfect. But you can totally just drizzle it right from the bowl, use a spatula, whatever is easiest for you. You do not have to go crazy. Just a piping bag tip. Fold it over your hand like this. Make sure you got a nice deep reservoir in there. And then use the side of your spatula and scrape that off on your hand. So you're actually cleaning your spatula as you go. You just don't want any of this on our hands. We want it all on the brownies. Okay, that's looking gorgeous. So I'm just gonna have fun with it personally. All that ganache down in there. Give it a nice twist. This is going to add pressure, so it's a lot easier to glaze. I'm going to grab my kitchen shears. And I'm going to cut a pretty big tip on this guy because I want a nice thick glaze. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm gonna go back and fill in any little areas that need it. Don't want anybody to get an unglazed brownie, right? And now I'm gonna go back in with some white chocolate just to be extra, just to have a little fun. Ooh. Oh my gosh, yum. And then if you really want to get extra special, you can use an offset spatula or a knife. You can kind of drag through these guys. Give it kind of like a Napoleon look. Just for fun, whatever makes you happy. And now, once it sets up, I'm gonna get ready to cut and serve them and eat them.